Welcome to the Power Chart tutorial on creating patient lists. When the Cerner Power Chart is launched and the user has successfully signed in, the Patient List view comes into focus. Patient lists help you organize and easily access a large amount of patient data. You can build and view patient lists based on customized criteria, patient location, or your provider relationship. By building a variety of lists, you can group patients by logical categories and easily locate a patient's chart, their power chart, rather than relying on a bed list or searching for a single patient each time. Some patient lists are populated automatically by the system, while others must be built manually. In either case, you decide which lists you want to be displayed. With the patient list screen in focus, note when you hover over the wrench icon, the tooltip displays the function List Maintenance. Left-click on the wrench icon from the Patient List menu, and the window Modify Patient Lists appears. To build a new patient list based on patient location, left-click the New button. Click on Location, and click the Next button. Click the plus sign beside the MAC site you wish to create a patient list for. Click the plus sign beside the site building icon and the full list of patient locations are displayed. The icons that appear as a nursing hat are all possible inpatient locations. The icons that appear as a wheelchair are all possible ambulatory care or clinic locations. The icons that appear as a masked face are surgical locations, and the icons that appear as mortar and pestle are pharmacy locations. Click on the name beside an icon to select it. Notice that the location you have selected is reflected in the name field below. This becomes the name of your patient list. When you click Finish from this screen, you bypass two additional options. Those options will not be covered in this tutorial. Your new patient list now appears on the Modify Patient Lists window in the Available Lists area. Left-click on your list to select it, and then click on the right arrow to move it to the Active Lists area. Click the OK button to close the window and view the first patient list you have created. Now that I have added an ambulatory care clinic patient list, I will now repeat the same steps in order to create an inpatient list. Click List Maintenance, click New, click Location, click Next, expand a MAC site, expand the site again, click on the name of the location to add, click Finish, click the location name, click the right arrow, click OK. Note that as I have added the location, each location appears on a separate tab. These are system patient lists, and the patients appearing on those lists is determined by what is currently happening in the system. To build a new patient list based on lifetime relationships, again click the List Maintenance icon, click the New button. This time, click the Lifetime Relationship option, and click Next. Left-click in one or more boxes to select them. Be sure to give this list a name that you will recognize. This will be the name of the list that will appear on the List tab. Again, left-click the Finish button rather than the Next button. Click on your list to select it, then click on the right arrow to move it to the Active Lists area. We have created 3 different patient lists. The order that they appear on this list mirrors the order that the tabs appear on the Patient List window. The first list is the list that will be opened by default each time you open the Power Chart. To change the list that appears by default, follow these steps. left-click on the list you wish to be first by default. Then left-click on the up arrow enough times to move it to the top of the active list. Click OK. The patient list that you have just created is now the first tab. To build a new patient list that allows you to manually enter the patients you want to that list, you need to build a custom list. Click the wrench icon, click the New button, select the patient list type of Custom, and click Next. Type in a name for the list, and click Finish. Click on the new list to select it, and click on the right arrow to move it to the Active Lists area. Click OK. To add patients to this custom list, you can either search for a patient within the entire database, or find them on an existing patient list and add them to yours. The second method is preferred because you are more likely to quickly select the correct patient. With a patient list in focus, use the right mouse button to click on the patient name. Right-clicking generates a pop-up menu. From this menu, select Add to a patient list. Then select the name of your custom list. Continue in this manner, selecting additional patients from any of the existing location patient lists. When complete, return to your custom list. Click the Refresh button and view the list. You can remove a patient from your custom list by right-clicking on the patient name and selecting Remove Patient from List. Now that your list has been built, double-click on any patient name for that patient's power chart to come into focus. To return to the patient list view from within a power chart, select Patient List from the top menu. The patient lists that you have collected and created will remain with your user ID, so that regardless of which computer you use, your preferences persist. If you find you no longer require a list and would like to remove that Patient List tab, click the wrench, click the name of the list, click the left arrow, right-click on the name of the list, and select Delete Patient List. Click Yes. This concludes the Power Chart tutorial on creating patient list views.